Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. Sometimes the man that really likes you ain't the loudest one in the room. He ain't the one posting you all over Instagram. He ain't blowing up your phone every 5 minutes. And he sure ain't out here confessing his feelings like it's a soap opera. Nah, see, the real signs that a man likes you are often hidden right there in front of you, but you just don't see them. When a man really likes you, the first thing he'll do isn't shower you with compliments or flood your phone with good mornings. He'll listen. I mean, really listen. See, a man's attention is his most expensive gift because men don't give it away easily. When he listens more than he talks, that's a sign he's paying attention, not just to your words, but to who you are. You'll notice he remembers things you said casually, the way you take your coffee, your favorite childhood movie, or that story about your mom that you thought nobody cared about. That's not coincidence. That's him collecting pieces of you, building a picture in his mind of what makes you happy, what makes you smile, and what matters to you. Because to a man who truly likes you, details are everything. When a man listens, he's studying your world, not to control it, but to understand it. He's trying to figure out how to fit in, how to make your life better. You might think he's quiet, maybe even shy, but what he's really doing is observing. Every time you talk, he's taking mental notes. He notices the tone of your voice when you're upset, the sparkle in your eyes, when you're excited, and even the silence that means something's bothering you. That's the kind of attention a man only gives to someone he genuinely cares about. He may not always have the right words, but he's tuned into you like a favorite song, every beat, every pause, every lyric. You know how some people listen just to reply. Well, a man who likes you listens to connect. He's not waiting for his turn to speak. He's just soaking it all in. That's why sometimes he surprises you with something small but meaningful. Maybe you mentioned a book you wanted to read, and next week he brings it up or even gets it for you. Maybe he texts you a line from a movie you once told him you loved. These aren't grand gestures, but they're powerful ones. They say, I see you. I hear you. You matter. And that's how men show affection without saying a word. It's funny because sometimes women think a man isn't interested just because he's not saying much. But silence doesn't mean disinterest. Sometimes it means he's too focused on you to risk saying the wrong thing. When a man likes you, he doesn't want to mess it up. So he listens first, trying to learn your rhythm before he joins your dance. He might not tell you what he's feeling, but you'll feel it in the way he pays attention to you. Every question he asks, every memory he recalls, every time he checks on something you mentioned. That's his way of saying, you're special. So when you're wondering how a man feels about you, don't just listen to what he says. Watch how he listens, because a man's ears tell the truth his mouth sometimes can't. When he listens more than he talks, it's not because he has nothing to say. It's because he's already said the most powerful thing without words. You've got my full attention. To a man's body language is like a secret code that tells the truth even when his words don't. You can always tell when a man likes you if you pay attention to how he moves, how he looks at you, and how his whole presence changes when you're around. See, men aren't always great at expressing their emotions directly, but their bodies can't hide what their hearts are feeling. The eyes, the posture, the way he positions himself near you, those are the real giveaways. When a man likes you, his energy changes the second you walk into a room. You'll catch him looking at you longer than he should, and when your eyes meet, he looks away fast like he got caught doing something he wasn't supposed to. That's not just curiosity. That's chemistry trying to stay hidden. Pay attention to the way he leans in when you talk. That's a man who's drawn to you without realizing it. His body naturally wants to be closer to yours. When you're sitting across from each other, notice how his feet point toward you, how his shoulders square in your direction. Even when he's not speaking, his body is saying, I'm here and I'm focused on you. If he likes you, he mirrors your movements without thinking. You cross your legs, he does the same. You lean forward, he follows. It's like a silent rhythm between two people who haven't even acknowledged what's happening yet. His hands might fidget a little. Maybe he touches his face or adjusts his shirt. That's nervous energy. That's his body reacting to the feeling of wanting to impress you, but not wanting to show it. Then there's that smile. You know the one, the real smile that starts slow, that he can't quite hold back. It's not polite or practiced, it's genuine. His eyes soften, the corners of his mouth lift naturally, and it stays a little longer when it's you. That smile is his heart talking, plain and simple. You might notice he laughs more easily around you, or he finds ways to make you laugh just to see that reaction from you. That's another sign of attraction, a man in love with the sound of your joy. Sometimes the biggest sign is in what he doesn't do. He might avoid eye contact a little too much because he's afraid you'll see the truth in his eyes. His voice might lower when he speaks to you, not intentionally, but because he's trying to sound calm, confident, in control. But that tone shift, that softer, slower way of speaking, is pure emotion wrapped in restraint. His guard drops without him even knowing it. He might stand a little taller, straighten his back, or fix his clothes when he spots you walking in. That's his instinct saying, I need to look my best. When a man likes you, his whole body betrays him. He could be playing it cool, pretending it's just friendship, but his posture, his glance, his nervous gestures, they all tell a different story. So don't get fooled by what he says. Look at what he does when he's around you. Because his mouth might say, we're just friends, but his body is whispering, I can't stop thinking about you. When a man likes you, he'll always find a reason to be around you, even when there's no real reason at all. It's never about what he's doing. It's about who he's doing it with. See, men don't waste time on things or people they don't care about. If he's constantly showing up in your space, popping up in your day, or suddenly interested in the things you like, that's not coincidence. That's a man following his feelings while pretending it's casual. Maybe he shows up at your favorite coffee shop saying he just happened to be in the area, or maybe he volunteers to help you with something small just to be near you. Men don't happen to appear where they don't want to be. He's choosing to be close, even if he hides it behind excuses. You'll notice that he finds little ways to connect. Maybe he sends a random text just to ask how your day's going, or he calls to check in about something unimportant. That's his way of keeping himself on your radar without being too obvious. Men aren't always great at expressing emotions directly, so they show it through effort. When he likes you, he'll create opportunities to be part of your life. He'll suggest watching a movie together, running errands with you, or helping out when you mention a problem. Those moments might seem small, but to him, they're windows into your world, moments where he gets to learn more about you and build that unspoken connection. Even in group settings, you'll notice his attention stays on you. He might position himself near you, subtly join your conversations, or find ways to make you laugh. If you're leaving, he might offer to walk you out or make sure you get home safe. That's not just politeness. That's interest wrapped in gentleman energy. His presence around you isn't about chance, it's about choice. When a man's drawn to you, he'll make time no matter how busy he is. He'll rearrange his schedule just to catch a few minutes with you, and he won't even complain about it. Sometimes it's the small, almost invisible moments that reveal it the most, like when he lingers a little longer after saying goodbye, as if he's waiting for a reason to stay, or when he asks questions that open the door for more conversation. That's his way of saying, I'm not done being near you yet. He might pretend it's casual, but that consistency, that steady presence says everything. You become part of his routine without him even realizing it. And when a man's feelings grow deeper, he doesn't always need a plan to be near you. He just feels better when you're around. Your presence brings him comfort. That's why he sticks around even when there's nothing happening. He's not chasing excitement. He's drawn to your energy. And when a man feels at peace around you, that's one of the strongest signs of affection there is. So when you see him showing up again and again, don't brush it off as coincidence. That man's heart has already decided that being near you feels like home, and he's doing everything he can to stay close without saying it out loud. When a man really likes you, one of the clearest hidden signs is the way he gets protective and jealous, even when he tries his best to hide it. Now, men aren't always open about their feelings, especially when it comes to jealousy. They'll act cool, keep a straight face, pretend nothing's bothering them, but deep down, something shifts the moment they feel like someone else might have your attention. See, when a man cares, his instinct to protect what he values comes alive. It's not about control or possession. It's about emotion. That small flicker of jealousy is his heart saying, I don't want to lose this. You might notice it in little moments. Maybe another man compliments you and he suddenly goes quiet or changes the subject. Maybe he jokes about it, throws out a playful comment like, oh, so that's your type now. But behind that joke, there's truth. He's feeling something he doesn't want you to see. Or when you mention a male friend, his tone might shift just slightly, not enough to argue, but enough that you can feel the energy change. That's not anger, that's emotion. He's trying to figure out where he stands with you. He might even ask subtle questions about who you were with, what you were doing, not because he wants to interrogate you, but because he's curious and, yes, a little protective. When a man likes you, his protective side shows up naturally. If you're out together and someone makes you uncomfortable, he'll step closer. If you're walking at night, he'll walk on the outside of the sidewalk without even thinking. If you mention someone treating you badly, his whole mood changes, like he's ready to defend you. That's instinct, a man's natural way of showing care. He wants you to feel safe around him, even if he never says it directly. It's his quiet way of saying, I got you. Sometimes his protectiveness shows up emotionally too. He might not like seeing you upset. And when you are, he'll do whatever it takes to fix it. Not because he thinks you can't handle it, but because your pain affects him. That's how men show connection. When you matter to a man, your emotions become his concern. He might not always have the right words, but he'll try to make things better in his own way. Maybe he sends a message to check on you. Maybe he shows up with food, or maybe he just sits with you in silence. Those are quiet forms of protection, the kind you don't always recognize as love, but that's exactly what it is. So when you see a man getting a little jealous or going out of his way to make sure you're okay, understand that it's not just random behavior. That's a man whose feelings have crossed the line between interest and attachment. He's invested now, even if he hasn't said it out loud. His heart is starting to care more than his pride wants to admit, and that's why he reacts the way he does, because deep down, every man who truly likes a woman just wants to know she's safe, she's happy, and she's his priority, even if he's still pretending she isn't yet. When a man truly likes you, one of the most powerful signs is that he supports your dreams without expecting anything in return. It's easy for people to show up when things are exciting, when they're getting attention, or when they benefit from being by your side. But when a man supports you quietly, consistently, and selflessly, that's something deeper. See, a man who's really into you doesn't just want to be in your life. He wants to see you win. He wants to see you become everything you've dreamed of being, not because it makes him look good, but because it makes you happy. And your happiness to him becomes his reward. He listens to you talk about your goals, your plans, your ideas, and instead of brushing them off, he pays attention. He remembers the little details, that business idea you mentioned months ago, that exam you were nervous about, that thing you've always wanted to try but didn't have the courage to. He doesn't mock your ambitions or try to downplay them. He encourages you to go for it. He'll say things like, or, I know you can do it, because he genuinely believes in you. And when things get tough, he's the one reminding you why you started in the first place. That's not just support. That's care wrapped in belief. Men are naturally wired to want to provide, to be useful, to add value. So when he likes you, he'll try to find ways to help you move forward. Maybe he gives advice. Maybe he connects you with someone who can help, or maybe he just listens when you need to vent. And the beauty of it is, he's not looking for credit. He's not standing there waiting for you to say thank you 100 times. His satisfaction comes from seeing you grow, from watching you step into your power, from knowing he played a small part in that journey. That's the quiet pride of a man who truly cares. You'll notice he doesn't compete with you. Some men get intimidated by a woman's strength or ambition, but not this kind. Instead, he admires it. He's proud of your independence, proud that you chase what you love, and proud that you don't shrink yourself for anyone. He'll cheer for you even when you're shining brighter than him, because he doesn't see you as competition. He sees you as his inspiration. That's a man who's secure in himself and sincere in his affection. And when you fall or fail, because life happens, he doesn't disappear. He doesn't say, I told you so. He's the one helping you stand back up. He's the one reminding you that setbacks don't define you. That kind of support is rare because it comes from a place of genuine love, not ego. When a man stands by you, when there's nothing in it for him, that's when you know his feelings are real. His support isn't about being needed, it's about choosing to be there. And when a man chooses to believe in your dreams the way he believes in his own, that's not just interest, that's devotion in disguise. When a man really likes you, he'll treat you differently than everyone else, even if he never says it out loud. It's not something he plans, it just happens naturally. There's a certain softness in the way he talks to you, a certain care in the way he behaves when you're around. You'll start noticing the small differences. He might be funny and confident around other people, but when it comes to you, he's more thoughtful, more attentive, maybe even a little nervous. That's because you matter to him. You've moved from being just another person in his world to being someone who affects his mood, his energy, and his focus. That shift might not be loud, but it's powerful. You'll see it in the way he listens to you more closely than he does anyone else. When you speak, he doesn't interrupt. He actually wants to understand what you're saying. When you walk into a room, his attention shifts almost immediately, like his world suddenly recenters around you. He might act the same with everyone, but there's a subtle difference when he's with you.